popping and locking, everybody. It is Brandon from ESCAPETHEROOMers. We are in Brooklyn at Peddlers and Parchments. We're playing 2 of their games today, but before we do so, we gotta get to know these 2 gentlemen. The owner, Leo, how are you doing?
Excellent.
And Kevin, the designer, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
All right, well, let's get into it. First thing we want to know is, what are the name of the 2 games you have available here?
So we have our original room called Spola and the newest room called Rashi. I'm using one-word names for them. They're longer, but
okay.
those actually names of 2 different Jewish sages.
Okay. And which room are we in right now?
We're in Rashi.
We're in Rashi. Okay. And I'm assuming that's the order. Do you have to play one to play the other?
Independent.
Okay. And then when did you guys open? When was Peddlers and Parchments?
I opened 4 years ago. Yesterday was our 4th
Oh,
anniversary.
Congratulations! 4 years.
Yes,
Wow.
4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 4 years with our original room, the Spola room, and we redesigned. Kevin and I redesigned the current room, Rashi, just last month.
Oh wow! And how many rooms can you build at this location? Is 2 the max?
Yeah, two is max. Yeah, unless we bring people to the basement.
Oh yeah, that's a different kind of escape experience, right? And then the next thing we want to know is, you guys, I know you probably still game master when you get a chance, you're watching players on the camera still, when you have a chance. What is something that you can share that you've seen players do in here? Any story, it could be funny, it could be...
I have.
You guys went right away.
I have a funny story.
Okay.
In one of our rooms, we have a dancing part.
Okay.
And there's, one has to dance a certain way. And we used to have a lantern in the room. And for dance instructions, we just added, after telling them how they should dance, we just told them, just follow the beat and be light on your feet.
Okay.
And now we had somebody who is not a native English speaker. Yes, surprisingly from London. But, living in London his whole life, but not a native English speaker. And when he read that, follow the beat and be light on your feet, he understood that he has to hang the lantern on his foot and just dance with the light on his feet.
Hey, I mean...
Which is,
you gotta give him credit.
Yes, it's smart.
Yeah. Well, it didn't work though.
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay. So we're not gonna try that later. Just saved us a...
No, we took out that sentence because it was too, I guess, too confusing.
Wow, alright. Well, you didn't save that video. That could have went viral. That's a meme right there. And a story you have to share.
So I'm recently new to Peddlers and Parchments, and I designed this room, and then we were beta testing it, and we had a lot of technical problems, and our tech guy lives in Connecticut, so it was hard to it was very rough going, and then I got COVID. And so what we hoped to have been like 30 testings, turned out to be like 5.
Okay.
And the first group to ever play this room, and I'm very precious about my
ordinance,
everything. Like, I am also a set designer, so I did all the scenic painting and all that. I'm very precious about my little baby. And the first paying room were 10, 14-year-old boys at a bar mitzvah.
Oh my goodness.
And I literally had to come in and go, stop it, stop sword fighting with the bread. And they were sword fighting with the bread, and it was like a game designer's worst nightmare. I literally, I hope this doesn't get you in trouble, but I went into the room and went, congratulations, you won. They're like, are we done? I'm like, yeah, you're done, congratulations.
You're really pushing the limits though, right? Of what not to do here.
Yeah.
And what's sustainable or not.
Exactly. Oh, it was rough.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing those stories. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
What's in the near future for Peddlers and Parchments? Anything you could share?
Just hoping to operate profitably.
Okay.
Hopefully for the first time. It's a tough. We're in a tough market a little bit because we're kind of in an ethnically themed escape room. We're not a Sherlock Holmes escape room or end of the world escape room. We have a theme drawn from Jewish history, and so it's kind of always a struggle for us to keep it relevant for wider audiences.
Yeah.
It is built in a way that's relevant for everyone, but there is a sales process involved in kind of selling the idea. So that's we hope to succeed in that one day, to kind of really become more of a mass market type of venue as opposed to a niche venue for the local Jewish community.
Okay. Is it beneficial to the Jewish community when they're playing? Like, because they have the knowledge?
So it's designed in a way that you don't need to have background in Jewish traditions, or even being able to read Hebrew.
What? I read Hebrew, so I could have used it now.
But it definitely, they click with it immediately, especially the most right-wing part of the community, because the stories we tell are about household names in the Jewish world. So they know who these people are, and they kind of live with those stories all the time. So they kind of click with that immediately. There is no cultural translation that needs to happen for them to enjoy these games. For everybody else, for Jews even that are not affiliated, which is most Jews, or people that are not Jewish, there has to be a little bit of communicating what this is and why it's interesting.
Okay.
But that's also why you brought me on board, is because I'm not Jewish. So he wanted to have a designer that could kind of honor the community and kind of still make it educational and make it about the Jewish culture, but also make it more accessible to the general public.
For the general public. Yeah, definitely. Do you guys play escape rooms?
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to give one that was memorable or shout out, preferably the name of the company and the name of the game. One that stood out for you. Doesn't have to be a favorite, because I know that can be hard.
MyssTic.
Oh, great one. Which one? Ghost Light or Montauk?
It's like my babies.
I pick one.
Ghost Light. Ghost Light literally made me tear up.
So Ghost Light made you tear up.
Okay.
Okay.
So beautiful.
I actually agree, man. That's my favorite also.
Alright, well shout out to MyssTic for Ghost Light. Great recommendation, great shout out.
Yeah.
And the last thing we want to ask you guys is something that most people do not know about you outside of escape rooms. Something you could share, a talent, a hobby, something you like to do, anything.
I write, my main gig is writing musical comedy.
Oh, okay, right. Well, definitely crosses over to escape rooms, helps out with the storytelling, immersiveness.
That's right.
Right.
And I have a strange background. I was actually born in the former Soviet Union, even though I don't look like a typical Russian emigre, and I work as a data scientist.
Wow.
So that's
Okay. Definitely crosses over to escape room world.
So after I started this place and tried operating it, I have 5 kids. So I eventually had to go and get a real job.
Yeah. As I say, 5 kids, that's already an escape room.
Yeah.
Well, Gamliel, Kevin, thank you for having us today. We're very excited to get in there. Make sure, where can they follow you? Where can they find you? Website, social media?
So we have a website, peddlersparchments.com, and we're also on Instagram and Facebook. And since we initially launched as a Jewish escape room, we try to kind of move away from that brand-wise. But if you Google that, you'll still find us immediately.
Okay.
Jewish escape room, the only one in North America.
Wow.
And I'm at Kevin J. Hammonds.
Yeah. If you don't have the J, you're not going to find it.
Initial J. At Kevin J. Hammonds.
At Kevin J. Hammond.
Hammonds with an S.
There you go. And I'll have that right here. Make sure you check out ESCAPETHEROOMers.com. Visit our website so you'll know what we thought of the 2 games that we're about to play. And we have some friends today. We have some help from Deadlock Escape Rooms, Charlie and James. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here, and you'll get more exclusive content. We'll give you sneak peeks inside of the room, exclusive interviews with the owners and the creators, so you know how much work and creativity went to create these experiences for the players. And you'll know what to expect when you get over to Peddlers Parchments in Brooklyn, New York City.